Happy Veterans Day. Why is it that I don't think people are serious about Veterans Day, even if you label it a holiday, you treat it like Martin Luther King's Day. Most people are working, but when you have somebody birthday that is European, it seems for me you get a little bit more respect, even though they lied about him doing whatever he did. And I'm making this video because I want people to get a clear picture of how some veterans, especially veterans of color, feel about thank you for your service. Because I think you're full of crap. Because most of the people that tell you that, it's almost like hello. You don't really mean hello. That's just a greeting, so you can get past that person and, make people believe that you are, as they say it, a Christian person. But I don't believe that most people who claim to be Christians are Christians, because you don't love your brother. You might not even love your mother, your father, your sister, your brother. How you going to love me? And if you don't love yourself, how in the world are you going to respect somebody else? Excuse me, but today I'm going to talk about something I know of and how I feel about it. Because everybody that has not served can tell you what's patriotic and what you should be doing. But you didn't go put your name on that contract. You did not go and have to soldier for 4 years, boot camp, training, playing war or being in war. Because if you're not in war, you're playing at war, okay? And most of the time, what most people don't believe is, you think that society is outside of the military. But there's a military society that is worse than the white supremacy outside of supposedly the military. So I'm telling you that white supremacy outside of the military is nothing compared to it inside the military. You straight on a plantation when you in that man's military. And what I don't get is, you see the people that's willing to put their life on the line, they get the least amount of respect. People laugh at them. They don't know it because they don't get a chance to see rich people and how they feel. They don't understand, you see, how billionaires create wars, because wars make money and you are expendable. If you ever watched any of the old movies and they go into these tents, especially when they talk about the Confederate and the Union, military fighting each other. Well, don't you realize that they say brother against brother? They meant European brother against brother. They didn't mean black people, you see? Even though, how many do you have? You see, they don't even really want you in the military. It's just like outside. They don't want you out here, but they built their economy and capitalism off of you, and you built the structure of a lot of things along with the Chinese and some other people. But your basic slave of the hour, slave of the minute, 24 hours, 365 days a year, was an African. Or they say they got proof that we were here first, indigenous people. But indigenous people don't look at themselves as black anymore, even though they were grouped as black in the census back in the day, 1800s, early 1900s. They didn't care if you were black Indian, black African, black whatever. If you couldn't pass a certain test, then they thought you had one drop of Negro blood or black blood, African blood in you. You all got grouped together. But getting back to this military, thank you for your service and Veterans Day. If you feel like you've been a veteran and you've been respected, then obviously you're not black. Obviously, you were one of the ones that were leading troops. And I have a lot of respect for a few commanding officers who are willing to put themselves out there, okay, or who went through the ranks. But most of them are just like the rich people that we have out in society. The ones who feel like they should run the country because they have the wealth, okay? But they are the true immigrants. They came here, most of them, with nothing, or they came here with a plan. Like Goldie had a master plan to do whatever he needed to do to get rich. That is the European. The European is the caveman. And I don't hate nobody, but today is my day to tell you that I don't appreciate how you treated me in the military. My mama told me when I came back, you changed. Most of us do, because the first thing they do when they get you to basic training is to let you know you are no longer a civilian. You are military issue. Back in the day, they gave you a service number. Now they use your social security number. And that's a whole nother conversation. But you're a number. I would say it's similar to being in prison, but I don't know anything about that, and I don't want to know anything about that. I felt like I was in my own prison. I said, Lord, what have I done? But it was on me because I didn't want to do what I was supposed to do, is like go to school, you understand, and didn't have to worry about that. But since I didn't go to school, and I knew if I stayed out in the streets the way I wasn't going to last too long. So the only other choice I had was the military. And they let me know exactly who I am to them. See, I thought I had left so many things that I had to face in the world, United States, wherever I was. But when I got to Germany, after I went through basic and pretending that everything was my enemy, except for my brother to my right or my left. And see, the only time you really brothers is in formation. Other than that, you're segregated in their own way, segregated by the amount of money you make, or the rank that you can get, whether you're going to kiss somebody's ass or not. If you're going to stand up like a man, you're going to catch hell. Like me. I wanted to be a clerk. But you know what that man told me? He said, take this M16. Take this hand grenade. Now, grab your typewriter and come with me. He's letting me know, you don't give a damn about you being a clerk. Just like when we go to the VA hospital, it's named Veterans Administration, but you got people that never served telling you who you are, what to think, and have more power than veterans have over their own institution. And now it's getting to the point, just people at the desk who register you disrespect you. And you know what? Sometimes I say we deserve it, because most people don't know. The first thing that they teach you in the military, just like they teach in some homes, is how to kill.